Brian B. Chucky. Hi. Hey, Jersey. Lucky says hello to everybody. Yeah, I've forgotten how to do this. I've forgotten how to do this thing here about inviting somebody. Damn. Deadpool. Let's see if I did this right. Yeah, there it is. I think. Yeah, it's been a long time since I fooled with this thing. How y'all been getting along? Hey, Lance. Lance, you ever catch any fish the other night? Hey, Duggar. Jody. Yeah, I'm still here. Uncle Lou. Well, I've been coming around. I'm around. I just don't say anything in the chat rooms. I just watch a little bit of the shows and go watch some more shows and come back. I keep up with everybody. Oh Lord, good for you, Jersey. Good for you. It's kind of oh, I enjoy watching y'all fish. It's kind of a little bit disheartening when you can't go do it yourself. You haven't got anywhere you can get to easy. I tell you, this damn growing muscle has got me where I can't do much of nothing. My backyard has got a little slope to it, and I do all right going down the backyard. Hey Tim, but when I come back up, it's not a big yard. I mean, it ain't 60 feet. By the time I get back to the carport, hell, I had to sit down. That damn thing starts hurting. And that riverbank was killing me. Y'all just don't realize. Oh yeah, I'm still losing. I'm under 220 now. I got down to 215 at one time, and I gained a little bit back because I hadn't been metal detecting much, and I hadn't been working in the garden, and I'm not mowing my yard but every 2 weeks, so I gained a little bit of it back. And I'm still not trying to lose weight. I just, that for a minute, hey, Bill. Oh, man. Eric? Hey, Eric. What kind of surgery you got going on, Wild Bill? I hadn't talked to you in quite a while. Hey, Bobcat. It will at first, Jody. Back in January when I started it, I like the taste of it so much that I overdid it, and yeah, it will. But after your body gets adjusted to it, spinal stenosis. Oh man, goodness, Bill. Well, good luck to you, Bill. That gum, I didn't know about that. But yeah, Jody, after your body gets used to it, and I eat it every day, uh, whether it's green tomatoes or kraut or pickles or red tomatoes, green tomatoes. I eat some every day, and they don't. No, I don't have any problem with it. And no, I'm not always gassy. But I got a bunch of folks around here using it. And I've made a bunch of stuff for people, but I'm out of kraut right now, and I'm not going to go buy any cabbage because I got 5 nice plants out there in my garden. They look really good. And I've been parting them every 7 days with this new 7. Lucky, act like you got some sense. You just want to get me. And keeping the worms off of it. I'll tell you what, I don't know how it is everywhere, but man, we in a drought. These farmers have just about parked all their equipment. They didn't harvest the crop and ready for next year. Got the field prepared. I mean, we ain't had a decent rain since, golly, I don't know, been 2 months, I guess. Yeah, Bill, I'll be thinking about you, man. Let me hear from you. Dry, yeah. Now some parts of Mississippi, heck, it's plenty wet, but we in a dry hole right here where I live. I believe they'll get all the cotton picked over here before it ever rains. Now, over in Arkansas, and you go across the bridge here in Greenville and it goes north toward Little Rock. Between the bridge and Little Rock, well, between the bridge and Pine Bluff, there's a lot of cotton up through there, and they've been picking them like the dickens. But now they did get knocked out of the field one time for a big rain. They went across up there, but it went north of me. We missed it. And yeah, Bob, I hadn't talked to you since you had your surgery. It looked like you bounced back from it pretty good, man. Then I leave for a few months and y'all fall apart. Hey, Dan. Hey, Melissa. He just laid down, thank goodness. He's been having one of those running fits here in the last few minutes. But yeah, luckily, I try to keep a nice yard, and luckily I put plenty of nitrogen on it back in the end of July, and watered it in. Yeah, my wife cut my hair last night, matter of fact. She sure did. Yesterday. And I got that fertilizer watered in, and my yard held up pretty good, but man, there's a lot of brown grass up and down the street because it costs too much to water it. Heck, the water bill is out of sight around here. But my fall garden looks good, and let's see now. Yeah, there we go. There he is. Hey, Brian.
What's up, Hillary Legs?
Oh man, get out of town. His bird legs now after I lost all his weight.
Man, that just came up.
I'm gonna have to sue him for non-support.
He's crazy. Yeah, I see you ain't lost your humor, that's for sure.
Oh well, yeah, I feel good. I mean, other than my bone structure, I'm in good shape. Really and truly.
That's good, man. I see you pop in the chats here and there, and it make me happy because I don't see you as much as you used to be. But
no,
you went live. I was sitting there. I'm about to put my phone down. I just plugged it up, and it popped up. I said, what the? I just
What?
want to know what's going
What's
on with
going
him.
on here? What's the world coming to an end? Hey, Avid. Hey, Hogleg. Yeah.
I said, oh yeah. I said, oh, let me tune in, but I just want to check in, man, and let you know. And you know me. You got my number. You
Oh
got my
yeah.
email, whatever the case. If you
I
need
still, I
something
still
or
come in and
whatever.
watch. I still come and watch everybody. I just don't say anything.
Oh yeah, I ain't mad at you with that. I can completely understand that.
I just, I don't know. Since I can't go fishing, I can't. I, I've been thinking about taking up this carp fishing. I see a lot of people doing it, and man, we got a world of carp down here.
Oh yeah.
I've been about halfway thinking about trying to catch them, but I
You
don't
can go
know.
catch bluegill. They gonna tune in.
Yeah, yeah.
If you
Well,
like
you
fishing and
know,
like fishing, and if you're good company, you're good company. So people gonna tune in anyway.
we got them jumping carp down here, and man, you can snag the fire out of them things
I
because
bet you can
they travel in big old schools, you know.
go live and catch 10.
Hang one of them in the tail, one of them about 30 pounders in the tail. But I don't know. I imagine you get in trouble because you know we don't have a snagging season in Mississippi. I don't think. And if you got caught snagging, you know you don't know what you're gonna catch.
Hmm.
And
Go for
yeah, but I don't want to end up paying no fine.
it. You be all right.
Yeah, be all right.
Tell him find Danny Stone.
Yeah, send the bill to Danny.
Yeah,
He told me to do it.
yeah. He told me how to do it and what to do.
Yeah,
Tell
show me
Danny.
everything.
And if Danny won't pay it, just send the hog leg. Hog leg will pay it.
Yeah, hog leg. I couldn't even give hog leg a camper. I know he ain't gonna pay no fine.
If the hog leg said, I think you need to do a Friday morning show
I
and
see
call
what
it.
it is.
If you call it Stories with Steve.
Uh, who
Cause they
now?
got the
Who
got
is
the
who is certified fishing nut? That's a new name. It wasn't here when I was back.
certified fishing nut. Been around for a minute, but
Is it, he called me an old?
if somebody didn't change the name, that's all that
Yeah, I
is.
don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Jody. Oh no, he's saying hello to Jody.
Jody, you know Jody is a chef now.
A chef.
Yeah.
No, 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 no,
She
no.
she work up third.
Okay, Clayton. Okay, yeah, Clayton. Yeah, I remember you. What's she cooking now? Boiling water?
Now she's like an expert.
Really?
Yeah, she can cook enough to make you go right to the bathroom.
Hey, she worried about gas. That blue jello, yeah. I remember that jello. Look here, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna brag a little bit. My second, let's see, third oldest grandson, he's a senior this year. I got two that ain't up in college, but the third one is a senior. When I got my granddaughter's a senior, and I got a grandson that's a senior. But anyway, the boy lives over in Arkansas, and he's in a Division 5 school, which is not the biggest; it's the next to the biggest.
Right.
And he runs cross country, and he runs the distance on the track team. And he's won 3 cross country meets this year. And Brian, y'all, a lot of y'all don't know it, but track and field is a big deal in Arkansas. You know, the University of Arkansas has won the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
They won that thing just numerous times. Track, even the little bitty schools. He went to a meet Tuesday. A little school. It's like a Division 2 school out of 6. and he ran against over 100 and some kids. I mean, those cross country meets are just. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
it's hundreds of kids in those things in Arkansas. But anyway, he's won 3 of those things this year, and he's in the top 10 in Arkansas, all schools, I guess. He's in the top 12 for sure, and he's going to school somewhere in Missouri. Missouri's got is a real good track state too, and he doesn't want to try to go to a Division I school. He wants to go to a good program in a Division II school. And he's visited 2 up there, and he's going to visit the 3rd one. And I never even heard of these schools, but they Division II, you know. And
if he D1 and he's looking at D2, he's definitely gonna get to what he wants and be successful because he's gonna shine.
Yeah, well, he wants to go to the D. Well, now both of his parents are professors at the University of Central Arkansas, which is a low-end Division I school. And he talked to their track coach. Well, they got 2 track coaches, but he talked to both of them. And he could go there. He could, no doubt, he could go to University of Central Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
But they are the low end of the track and field, even in Division I, because they're competing against Arkansas and, you know, big universities.
Right.
And they said, do you want to go to a Division I school and get a T-shirt, or do you want to go to a good Division II school and have fun and it means something?
Mm-hmm.
And this is college coaches talking to him now.
Yeah.
So he set his sights on the 3 schools in Missouri. And of all things, I see all that, Jody and Bill. I see y'all talking about it. He wants to major in, of all things, geography. Now, I never heard of that.
What, majoring in geography?
Anybody that really gives a damn about geography. Look, I taught it. I taught it in high school. And it's the only course I ever taught that I used a book. I just we're gonna study about Vietnam today, this week, and India the next week, and China and South Africa and and Canada. And y'all read about it and take the little test at the end. We'll take the little test at the end of the chapter because I don't give a damn about geography. I'm gonna tell you.
See, Jody said she a track official too. What, she kept track of how many times she made James throw up?
Who, Bill?
No, Jody.
Oh,
She said she a track official.
Yeah, well, see, Jody's daughters participated in college.
Yeah, but Jody just trying to be, you know. Jody said, "I'm a track official too." Wow, Bill.
Well, she might be. I don't know.
I think she.
No, she's saying. I
know she keep track. I know she keep track of how many times he sneezed. I don't know if she keep track of how many times she cooked and made him go to the bathroom.
She might stand out there and they jump over her or something. I don't know. I was a track official when I was in high school, but I was one of them officials. I sat at the gate and didn't let them cross the track. I told them, I ain't gonna get out there and do none of that stuff. I did have to judge a high jump one time. And I disqualified a boy on one of his jumps. Hey, Pepper. And he got mad. And I told him, I can't help it if you did get mad. I'm sitting here under the bar looking at you, and I saw what happened, and it was illegal. So jump again. He went on one to event, though.
You see what Tim Molina said? When ate Jody's cooking and got the runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to coach. That's why, I told you that a while
Yeah.
ago.
Right. Right.
I had my organization, man. We was top notch, best of the best. But COVID hit, slowed everything down, and I picked up a bad habit of fishing,
Oh Lord.
and I never looked back. I had whew, well, I think we had, I think it was a total of 13 teams, and we were working the 18 teams the following year. But
Oh my, that's good. That's good.
COVID hit, and we slowed everything up. And honestly, I think it was a blessing for real because I ran back and forth. I was
Oh yeah.
commissioner for basketball
Hmm.
and the VP of the organization, and I ran back and forth to make sure I tried to make every game that I possibly could make,
Yeah. Well, that's
even if it was for two quarters.
you were never at home.
I was burning gas like a jet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. But when I realized I had that break when COVID hit, I was like, "Oh my goodness, I don't care if this stuff start back up because
Hmm.
it was a relief."
Yeah. Oh, you can
Even
burn out
how
on it
much
now.
time it is, man, you put into doing that. I backed off of coaching and became the commissioner and the VP of the organization, and it was 10 times as bad. But at the same time, being a coach, it was like, okay, that's cool, but helping everybody else out, he was creepers.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
running somebody ragged. One you ain't been around in a while in the boys' nest. I've been in there, Melissa, but I don't have to go. I clock in at 7:30.
You don't have time.
I clock in at 7:30, and
Hey, Robert.
I roll back over and go to sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna get up this morning and go to the hog's nest, the boar's nest, but I didn't wake up in time.
Yeah, I get up at. I literally got my alarm set for 7:28, so I can get up, clock in, and then get about an hour and a half more sleep, and then get up and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting up and getting ready.
Well, what are you doing now, Brian?
County inspector,
County. What do you inspect? What exactly?
single family home.
I got you.
Yep,
I got you.
I'm out in out in the field. Pretty
Uh,
sweet. It's pretty sweet. I when I say I like it, I like it.
yeah.
I love it.
You're gonna be a grandmother, okay? Well, golly, Jody, that officially makes you old. You know that, don't you?
Oh, we can really put the Meemaw on Jody now. Meemaw, Meemaw, Jody.
Brian B. When back in the '70s, I won't tell this story now.
Uh-oh.
But back in the '70s, when they started building them low-income homes down here in Mississippi,
Mm.
my hometown, they built. There's about 6 of them, I think. What do they call them homes? 4, 8. What do they call them homes? They got a number.
Section 8.
Well, huh?
Section 8.
I I can't hear you. I didn't understand.
What are you talking about? Section 8?
Section 8. That's the word I was looking at. They built 5 or 6 of them in a row. And I knew several of the families that moved in them because they moved from out in the country, and moved to town, and they got them a Section 8 home. Well,
Hey, Tinkerbell.
I was farming at the time, and I was borrowing money from the FHA, from the government. And so I got a new loan officer, and I'm not going to call his name, but anyway, I got a new loan officer. So I go down in January, start working to fill my loan out for the next farm year. And I'll just call him Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went in and I met him and all, and I asked him how long he'd been making farm loans and all, and he said he just transferred over from home inspection the unit. And I said, "Oh, really?" I said, what are you inspecting?" He said, "The Section 8 home." He said, I see, all those Section 8 houses up there in Shelby? He said, "I inspected all of them every once a month for, I forgot how long," he said. And I said, "All right, well, okay. So you know anything about farming?" you know. But anyway, we talked and getting to know one another. And he went to tell me about the third time he inspected those homes in Shelby. So he walked up and he could hear people in there. He knocked on the door. Didn't nobody come to the door, and he knocked on the door. Didn't nobody come to the door. So he went around to the back, and there was 3 or 4 men and women around there in the back. And he told them he was there for the home inspection, and they said, "Well, go on in the back door. They in the kitchen now." So he went in the kitchen, and when he was in, and he heard that he was talking to the lady there that lived there and all, and he was walking around looking. Went in the bathroom, and they had about a 200-pound damn hog scaling the hair off of him in the bathtub. Yes. And then it dawned on him, he didn't see no fire out there. Usually when you kill hogs, you build a fire and boil water to scald and pour hot water on them and scald them, and it makes that hair come off easier.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the hot water heater turned up to about 5 as it go, and they run that hot water and had that hog in the bathtub pulling the hair off of him. Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't do that. He said, "Why can't we? We're real good." No, we can't be pulling clean. Can't be cleaning hogs in the house now.
Mm.
He wrote them all up. He got all over them, but he said he never did catch them doing it again. He said he didn't know if they quit doing it, but he didn't ever catch them again.
Yeah.
But they didn't kill that hog and gutted him. And brought him in there and put him in the bathtub. He said he fit in there good. Man, Lord,
I ain't glad I don't have to inspect nobody inside of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they was getting that. They was dehiring that hog in the bathtub. And then he realized, well, hell, he didn't even know they was killing hogs. That's how clean it was in the backyard, but it was just a bunch of folks standing around. And they didn't kill that hog and carried him in the house.
Yeah, I'm glad I ain't got to do that. I ain't got that. I do exterior.
Well, I don't know. I hadn't been up there in years since where it was. I guess them houses are all still there. I don't know.
Got to go there and see if they got chitlins.
Chitlins? Yeah, man.
I'm some chitlins.
Yeah. I've been able to eat them once or twice where somebody cooked them right, but most of the time I can't get them to go down. Hey, Skull Rush. Most of the time it tastes too much like a hog wallet to me. Like a hog wallet smells, You don't know nothing about raising no hog.
I don't got nothing to do with that.
I raised many of them.
They clean right, I'm gonna eat them. I don't eat them from like 2 or 3 people.
That's the way I was. I knew 2 guys that cooked them pretty good. Well, I knew one woman cooked them good. Did you like them fried or boiled?
Boiled.
Yeah, that with some hot sauce and ketchup and
sauce and a little vinegar.
Yeah.
Hog leg got strep throat.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They were talking about it. I watched the replay this morning, a little bit of it.
Yeah, I was in there earlier. I could See that his voice was a little different. Hope he be able to overcome that.
Well, he got it. I think he probably caught it pretty early. How are you doing, Melissa? Are you bouncing back? Yeah, hopefully got to be careful with that kind of stuff.
Chitlins on a pizza. I don't know about that, Glenn.
I don't know.
I prefer mine in a bowl by itself.
They used to cook them. I was in a deer camp for a long time, and there was a guy down there that cooked chitlins about twice a month, and he'd always about that third cleaning, when he boiled them and take them out and scrape them some more and put them back in. He pour a can of corn in there.
Oh yeah.
I always pour a can of corn in the chili.
They say potatoes in it kill that smell.
Well, he poured in there just telling everybody that, just pranking everybody. They wasn't cleaning them good. Yeah, man. Oh, golly.
All right. All right.
What, I mean, where is the numbers on here? I can't.
I don't know, but you got a good crowd in here tonight.
Oh, 19. I see it. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight, Pepper.
Oh, Pepper.
All told, 60-something pounds. Not even trying to. Just so bad. Yeah, Bill. You remember James Watson telling the story about his 4-H hog? Bill, you remember that story? I like to die laughing. He's gone now, but Wild Bill and I had a friend back here. Bill don't live here anymore, but he had a 4-H. Said he had a 4-H hog. He said it was poor growing up. And hey, David.
What's up, David?
He said he told his daddy, man, I sure would like to have a hog or something to put in the 4-H. Said all the kids at school got a 4-H pig or a goat or a lamb or a cow or something. And his daddy thought, well, if you can talk somebody into letting you have one, maybe you can find something to do to feed him and all. So there's a farmer down the road there, and Bill talked the fella out of a little old pig. I mean, James talked the fella out of a little old pig, and he's trying to work a little bit, but he's feeding him. He couldn't come up with no money to buy the hog nothing to eat. The pig nothing to eat, and he's feeding weeds. He out there on the ditch bank chopping weeds down, throw in the pen, and this is nasty now. But he said that pig got up where he could stand up and look over the fence.
Oh,
He said, and he was so skinny, he said, you couldn't even set a 2x4 on his back, it'd fall off on the ground. He said that pig was so bad, said he was so skinny and so tall, that I know he could jump that fence if he wanted to. He said we ate chitlins off that hog for 6 months before we killed him. That damn pig that turned the wrong side out, he starved. We ate chitlins off of him 6 months before we killed him. Oh, man. I won't never forget that story. That damn boy, that Watson, he could tell a story now.
yeah, you sure can. Uncle Lou said you losing weight and he picking it up.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, boy. Yeah, man, I could write a book on James Watson. Because I worked with him for 2 years before I ever moved to Greenville. And when I moved to Grandma, one of the first people I ran into at a honky tonk, well, a bar I used to hang out at was James Watson. He was funny, man.
Jody said red solo cup gonna fill you up.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah. No, Johnny, I had to give up the fishing. It was hurting me getting back up that bank too bad. I was having to come home, take pain pills, and them things make me hallucinate, and it just wasn't worth it no more. I had to
Y'all
give it up.
pay attention to his Hillary legs, man. He got legs like Hillary Clinton.
Now, it ain't my legs, it's a damn growing muscle. My legs do fine. Well, they do good enough, but
Hey,
that growing muscle will put you down, boy.
is them Hillary legs.
Yeah. Yeah, David, I've been around. I just don't get in the chat rooms too much.
He been eavesdropping.
Well, that's what I've always done, really, though.
He be laying in the cut listening.
Peeping through the grass.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I do that a lot.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with everybody.
I do that a lot. I just,
Hello, Eric, my fishing buddy. He ain't able to fish either.
oh, you talk about Eric?
Eric, yeah, he ain't been fishing any.
You talk about Super Smurf Eric? Because he can't fish worth a lick neither.
What? Yeah, yeah, Jody. I don't know. I hadn't talked to a doctor about it. I don't know if there's anything they can do about it. I don't. I mean, I've read on Google about it, and there ain't much that can be done about it. Angel. Eric's dog's name is Angel.
Yeah, when you pull it growing, Jody, there ain't nothing like
Well, you know, Skull, I got rid of my boat. I gave my boat to my grandson. That ain't the answer. But I appreciate the invitation. I do.
it.
What did you get, Skull? What kind of boat did he get? You know, Brian B?
Nope, I don't know.
Did you ever get a new boat?
Nope. I got a new job.
Yeah, I know you got a new job.
And I'm going to get me a new boat very soon.
Okay. Well,
When I come out, I'm going to come out in that old boat because I'm getting that together now. But soon and very soon.
a low 16 foot. Yeah, that's a good boat. High side boat. The inside of your leg muscle. So, hell no, it almost runs all the way down to my knee when it's really hurting, Jody. And it ain't no getting comfortable in no kind of way when it's hurting. For 3 or 4 months, I slept with 2 pillows between my knees, trying to relieve it some.
I'm so glad you said in between your knees. But
Where
something else.
Yeah, well. Yeah, that's what I've been telling my wife, Jody. You're going to get old one of these days if you're lucky, boy. If you're going to get old, you got to be tough now. I'm going to tell you.
Jody just need a hot tub.
That's what I said. I know it.
Sound like Jody trying to wave you into something. Sound like she's trying to cook you some dinner.
Yeah, well, that CBD cream works pretty good on it. It gives some relief. I was kind of scared to use it at first. because it's a little bit too close to the boys. And I didn't want to get burnt up.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I hadn't seen them, Jody. And too much damn football and baseball and stuff when I was young, Robert. But I was fine for 60 years, 70 years, and I set it off when I tripped over a log metal detector. And looked like a ballet dancer or what do you call a break dancer. I did the splits. And buddy, that was it. And that's been 3 years ago.
Tim said he got one for you. He got a
What? Coming to Vicksburg? That's about 80 miles from me, Lance. Hell, Kay and I go to Vicksburg and eat. It ain't no big deal. Vicksburg's a nice town. What you gonna be doing in Vicksburg?
We ain't gonna be doing no fishing. We ain't be doing no fishing all day.
When I did the splits, when I out there metal detecting, I didn't do it long. I laid over on my side and then rolled over on my back. And then I raised up and looked all across the field, see if anybody saw me. Because, man, I hurt myself.
Yeah, well, that would cause well, they say growing pain.
Okay. No, that's growing pains, boy. Come on. Big catfish tournament. They having a big one in Memphis this weekend. $50,000 prizes. Big catfish tournament in Vicksburg. That's the first. I fished a lot at Vicksburg. A lot. I'm talking about a lot.
Oh, a lot.
I caught a lot. There's a lot of good fish around Vicksburg and on down south to Port Gibson. I can show y'all a bunch of good places. But Creole got that high dollar electronics. You don't have to have nobody show you if you got all that.
Oh yeah. Remember he cheated me out that tournament? Five pounds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got a friend here that fishes. When I quit fishing, he was fishing with me when I was boat fishing back when I had that cancer. But he just bought him one of those fancy down imaging or whatever you call it that shows the fish down there and what size they are and about everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's that Steve money. I ain't got that Steve yet.
I don't even know. I don't have no idea what that stuff costs, but it's got to be a bunch of money.
You could buy it if you wanted it.
Yeah, but if I was starting out and fixing to do that fishing and all, I'd be spotlock is what I'd be wanting. I'd be wanting that trolling motor with that spotlock on it.
I don't think me personally, I don't spotlock. Yeah, burn your battery up. And
Okay. Yeah, but
figure why put it on spotlock when you just throw the anchor out?
well, because down here in the Big River, when you throw the anchor out, you're talking about 100 to 200 foot of rope. That's the problem.
I put my rope at 250.
And all that,
I ain't gotta pull it back up, so I don't give a damn.
Yeah, well, see, and plus we got this current, up 7-8 mile an hour current, and if you by yourself, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, that's why I let E pull it up.
Yeah,
he throw the anchor, he pull it back up.
I watch these boys with the spot lock on the river, and oh man, it works fine.
Oh yeah, they do this. They just like the anchor. They got it on spot lock.
And it's really handy. Those high dollar trolling motors are really handy when they do that bumping too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well you good to go, Score, right?
Yep. And I'm gonna jump over here, Steve. Man, it's a pleasure, man.
Yeah, well I appreciate it.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Oh,
Good to see you.
all right, man.
Talk to you. I'll be in chat. I'll be listening a little bit till I doze off.
All right, man.
All right, later.
See you later.
Yeah.
No, Jody, I hadn't talked to Carmel. I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him in any of the live streams. Yeah, Score Rush, you got it going on. Well, what about golly, my mind gone blank. Uh the Jody, the fella you had made him wear the costume. What was his name that challenged everybody? To all of the always challenging people. You know, to the 1-on-1 versus 1 fishing thing. I can't. My mind gone blank. Pork chop. Is Pork Chop still around? I hadn't seen him in any of the lives that I've been watching. I call him Pork Chop. Yeah, Pork Chop. David Smith, you still in here? Okay, well he's still around. Who did he beat? Who in the world? Pork Chop won a challenge? David Smith, I want to ask you a question if you're still in here. Yeah. You ever eaten at the Red Door there in Little Rock? They call it a place called the Red Door. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, that's it, Red Door. Man, I like that food in there. It's a pretty good place to eat. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, does that fella that owns the Red Door, does he own that restaurant right beside it that shares a parking lot? It's two, just a small parking lot between them. And I always figured he must own both of them. Well, we were out there at War Memorial at a cross country meet, and I don't ever know what the schedule is going to be. Oh, that's another person? Okay. I don't really ever know what the schedule is going to be. Pork Chop got a Bayliner? Lord, how much? Boy, things have picked up since I left. Nah, we lost one of the good ones, though. I think about that boy about every day. It was bad. Pork Chop got a Bayliner. Yeah. Yeah, we won't be back in Little Rock again this year. Well, I won't be back at all because he's graduated. We go to Hot Springs. Well, they're running Bologna Tuesday, and then running Hot Springs. The state is in Hot Springs a week or so after that at Oaklawn. But they ran equipment yesterday. I started to go up there, but that's just too far for me to go by myself. And Kay's still working. I forget what is it, 55, 54 years she's been teaching school, 55. She started in 1968. What does that make it? Yeah, Tim. Yeah, give him a quarter. Yeah, I can't believe she still gets up and goes to work every day. Lord have mercy. What is 68 to, what is that, 50? How many years? 68 to 23? I'm making my mind blank. 50 something years, 50. Hell, I don't know. Yeah, well, my wife started teaching school the next year, 55. Yeah, she's teaching her 55th year. 55 years. Woo! That's got to be some kind of damn record for somewhere. Yeah, we usually eat at that place right across the street. There's somebody's corner, Bill's corner, or Tom's corner, or Jack's corner, or something corner. You know where? I know you know what I'm talking about. Where's McLeod's Barbecue? Where is that located? From Oaklawn. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm sitting way back from the camera. Yeah, I've never heard of that. I don't think I've heard of it, but we always eat at that. I think it's a pizza place on the corner that make pizzas. Yeah, but I can't. It's some corner. Ned's corner, Bill's corner. You have to get pizza there. Yeah, McLeod is a little west down central. Well, Central is right beside Oaklawn. Okay, thank you, Scott. Isn't that Central? Yeah, that's Central that Oaklawn's on. So you just keep on going further west. But it's west. Yeah, I believe that's Central that the racetrack's on. Yeah, it's a lot of them gone, Tim. There's several here in this little old town that's gone. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Troy? You would never do nothing to call me to let's do something. So I started my own, Troy. I hadn't talked to anybody in so long, and I talked to Lance the other night a little while. Watching it, well, chatted with him in his chat room. Hey, man.
What's going on?
Not much. Just sitting investing. Got everybody. There wasn't anybody else doing anything, so I said, let me go up here and see if I can talk to anybody tonight.
Well, I've been gone for a week.
Well, you went on a cruise, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I remember that. Yeah. I was in your I did chat in one of your driving shows a couple 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you showed up when I wrecked the truck.
Yeah. Hey, CP. Yeah, CP. I ain't talked to him in a week or two. CP, there's the link if you want to come up here now. But yeah, I see Stan still playing that call to the wild. I see him pop up on the screen when I'm driving that truck.
He pays that more than he eats.
He plays it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
are you catching anything, CP? I need to run to the kitchen right quick, Troy. Can you visit for a minute?
yeah.
I'll be right. It won't take me just a second.
Well, the boat trip was fine. Eric, it was a good trip. I hurt like a devil going down there, of course. When I got there, I was hurting that long ride. But the trip was good. A little long. I think 5 days is a little long for me on a boat. But the bed's not made for fat people. But other than that, it's a pretty good trip. I'll be live tomorrow.
What you gonna be doing?
I'm gonna play that hunting game tomorrow. They got a new rifle and a new call. I didn't go live yesterday because I just got home Saturday night. I had to go. I had a dog passed away. I had to go make arrangements to get the dogs taken care of. And,
Oh my goodness, I hate that.
Had to tell my wife when she got home that the dog passed away and always gone, and so
Yeah. Yeah.
the wheelchair accommodations are fine, are great on the boat. You won't have any problem going on the wheelchair, Tim. You can get a wheelchair accessible room. It's got a walk-in shower. But as far as getting around the boat, no, it's totally wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Hawaiian print muumuu. I wanted to wear a thong, but my brother wouldn't let me wear it. So
Did you gamble? Do they have gambling on those boats?
oh yeah. I played the slot machines and I won. The first night I lost $60. The next night I won $250, so I won the money back plus. And that paid for my gambling for the next couple of nights. I think I left with 3 cents up.
Well, it's entertainment, so
Yeah.
you came out way ahead.
Yeah. But trip was good. I mean, like I said, it's hard on me to ride 6 hours in the car.
To get to the boat.
Yeah, it's a long ride, cramped up in this wheelchair, and can't really stretch out a whole lot. And as I told them, the bed is not made for fat people.
No.
But
Well,
other than that, it's a good trip. I sure proud to be home though.
oh yeah. Well, ain't nothing. Ain't no place like home.
No.
Jody's a high roller, huh?
Now, while I got you here, did you tell me you were busy on Friday and Saturday nights? Is that every Friday and Saturday night?
Well, until cross country season's over.
What is cross country?
I got a grandson that's graduating this year, and he's running cross country up Arkansas.
Oh, I thought you was running it.
Thought who was?
You?
Shit. No.
I thought you was going to tell me you competing in some cross country there for a minute.
Well, I'm traveling cross country to go see him.
Yeah.
And next year gonna be even worse if he run. He's gonna run for some school in Missouri.
Well, now I want to tell you, Hog Leg and Stan and I are all doing a death race on the trucking game.
Death race.
That's right.
Now, what does that mean?
Well, that means we're gonna go from one location starting out in the same location, and we're gonna race to get to see who can get there the fastest to the next location. And the last 50 miles of the race, all gloves is off.
Oh, really?
Which means you can wreck each other or whatever you want to do. Now, you're welcome to join us.
I don't know if I can afford to have my truck fixed.
Well, I'm not going to use I don't know if anybody's going to use that truck. I don't think Hog Leg's going to use his truck.
Yeah, but if I can't drive one of them old long nose trucks. I bought one and made one trip in it. And I sold it as soon as I got to unload it and got back to a garage.
All that money and drivers you got going on, and you can't afford to fix your truck.
How much you think I got in the bank in that game?
Well, knowing you and hiring them girl drivers, probably not much. Well,
I got a bunch of men drivers too.
When is cross country over with for you?
Well, I go Tuesday next week, and then I don't. Well, you want me to look it up and tell you exactly?
Well, no, you ain't got to tell me exactly.
It ain't hard to do.
Melissa, I'm trying to talk Steve into doing a death race with us.
Yeah,
Good to see you. Miss y'all too.
Yeah, the bikini, them girls have cost me a lot of money. Let's see what? Let me find it.
Boy, I tell you what, Sunday when I got on that boat, I think my legs and back and everything I had hurt from that car ride. And I sent my brother to get me a whiskey and Coke. He come back with a double, and I drank that double, and I fixed up about 4 hours.
It's November 2nd and 3rd is the last meet.
Well, we're not going to do the death race for then. So now, if you want to listen, if you want to do the death race, you can join in the death race, or you could. If you just don't want to do the death race and you want to be part of it, we're going to have somebody to read chat.
Yeah. Well,
I can't run up against them fools trying to read chat. So you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't. The only problem I'd have with doing it is if we're gonna convoy. That's right.
Yeah.
If we drew a job that had one of them long nose trucks. I can't drive them. I can't see out of them.
Well,
I can't adjust them where I can see out of them. Other than that, yeah, I don't care. It don't make me no difference if I tear it up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get with Hog Leg and
if we get if we get a Western Star, or what's that foreign made Volvo, one of them kind of trucks, but that Peterbilt with that old long nose out there, and the Kenworth with that old long nose out there, and the Max with them old long noses, I can't drive one of them. I can't get where I can see. I can't raise the seat. I can't do nothing. I adjusted on that thing, and I don't know. I just can't get where I can see out of it.
I bought a Western Star too. Yeah, CP can get in it if he wants to get in it. Everybody's welcome to get in. We're gonna do it on I'm gonna do it on StreamYard this time, and put everybody's screen up there where everybody can see everybody going. Instead of doing it like I used to do it on OBS, I'm gonna do it on StreamYard. We just share everybody's screen.
Okay, I don't understand, but I can figure it out as we go.
Well, you see how we're side by side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you see that on the bottom down there on the computer, it says share screen or present. It says present.
Yeah.
Okay,
Present.
you click that, and it gives you an option to share your screen, and you share your screen, and you share your game screen.
Okay.
We'll do a dry run on it, and so everybody knows how to do it. Stan and I are supposed to do a virtual bass tournament. I think we're gonna try to do that here in the next week or so.
I got you.
On the fishing game, so yeah, it'd be better. I talked to Hogleg about it and asked him, and he said, yeah, let's do it on that way where everybody can see everybody.
Well, I started to present this to y'all 3 or 4 months ago about convoy, and instead of trying to wreck everybody, this would have been a real convoy, and turn on. Let's just say you take a job. Everybody, how that goes. Take the job, and you take 5 minutes to make your route, because there are better routes than that machine than the computer shows you.
Oh yeah.
They may not be longer or shorter, but they easier driving. And then turn on police, where the police can get you.
Yeah.
Or and you got to keep up with your fines and be honest about it. And
see who makes the most money.
Yeah, and
that's a good idea.
And turn off the signs over your truck.
Yeah.
You see, if even this wrecking show you're talking about doing,
yeah,
turn off the signs over people's trucks.
I think that's a good idea.
Now you can go to wrecking whoever you want to wreck, but you don't know if you're wrecking the right person or not. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I thought about throwing that at y'all, but heck, I never did do it. I had it all. I wrote it down. I think I threw that piece of paper away, but I sat here and figured on that thing one night. And, funny about that kind of stuff. This college, NCAA, this Division I, this playoff system they've gone to. I gave that piece of paper to somebody. I don't even remember who. Maybe one of my bosses when I was teaching school, one of my head coaches. But I drew up a bracket, and it was a 8 team final 8. And it all everybody had to play through the bowl games. through bowl games to get to the national championship in January. And all it would require was that you drop one season game. You know, what do they play? 11 or 12? Drop to 11 games, regular season games, and then go into the playoffs. And the beauty of what I drew up, to my idea, like the bowl they have in Shreveport, Louisiana. Yeah, what do they call that bowl? Do you remember? You know the one. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it would have like a percentage, like a 3% viewing percentage. You know what? You know.
Small.
But if it was in the playoff system, look how many people would be tuning in, and how much more money that the TV people would make, and how much more money those two schools would make. And the little bowl up here in Memphis, the Liberty Bowl, and all these little old bowls that they got scattered all over the country.
Lord, they got so many bowls now you can't keep up with them.
But if they meant something, you know, that team advanced to the next round. That was yeah, Tim. I can back my truck up. I backed my truck and trailer plumb out of a car parking lot today because I made a wrong turn. But all of those bowls would have a significance, and the viewership would go up, and plus the schools would make more money. And I can't see why. And that's basically what they're doing now, except they're just going to, what are they going to, 6?
6, yeah.
16. Well, they ought to go to 8, and so 8 works. For some reason, 8 worked, but because I had a list of all the bowl games, and I sat down and man, it just would work.
Robert says, Stan will not leave a truck on the road. Well, let me tell you something about that. I done thought about that. I done figured out a way to put a muzzle on Stan. We're going to make a rule that says if you wreck, you're out. So if he wants to get out there and drive like an idiot in front of everybody and wreck his own self, if he wrecks, he's done. And you know how fast that joker drives?
Yeah, man.
Oh, Lord, that boy drives fast.
Well, I think if you take them name tags off, and
I think we're gonna do that. I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna have to load in that game and figure out how to do that.
It's real easy. It's real easy. It's an option there when you start convoying. It's an option.
In the settings. Yeah.
It's real easy. It would be. I mean, I never have done it, but I mean, I've seen it. I've seen the option back when we were convoying, son.
Stan probably going. Stan ain't played that trucking game in so long. He plays that hunting game round the clock.
Well, I don't play as much as I was when I started, but I still drive pretty regularly. I drove 2 different times today. But yeah, I bought a bunch of Western Stars. I don't know how many. I think probably 40.
I bought me a Western Star. I bought me a second custom truck. I drove it here. In fact, that's the truck I wrecked. A brand new truck, and I wrecked it.
Yeah. Oh, I wreck them all the time. I wreck mine constantly.
I've been playing that new fishing game. We've been getting on there and playing that new fishing game. Aaron and I get out there in the boat together. We was out there in the boat together the other day fishing, and he had a big fish on. Here come this boat. And I didn't even look at the name on top of the boat. I heard a boat coming, and I was watching him reel the fish in. And this boat come right up next to our boat. Got in the way, and I told Aaron, I said, look at this clown here, pulling right up on us. It was Matt. Matt want to be outdoors.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him.
Well, I didn't know you could do all that in these games.
In that new fishing game, you get the same boat or fish on the bank next to each other. It's yeah.
Well, I be.
But it was Matt, and I was over giving him a blessing, and it was Matt, and I didn't even know it. Aaron said, "I think that's Matt," and I looked. Sure enough, it was.
Well, how did you know it was him?
His name was on above his head like it is in the trucking game.
I got you.
But I didn't look at the name. I said, "Look at this bump up idiot here."
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh my goodness, we laughed about it.
Yeah, I told him earlier before you come in here, I'm out of sauerkraut. God dog. And I got my cabbage in my garden ain't ready. I decided I was going to try to raise some this year. I usually don't try to raise cabbage, but I am this year. And they look good, but they're going to be another month. They're a month away at least.
My liver's fixing to get a shock tomorrow because I gained 10 pounds, and I bet you I've gained 10 or 15 pounds. It's got to go.
Oh, me.
I'm getting back on the diet tomorrow. I'll probably be starving to death. I'll probably be trying to eat a dowel rod on my life tomorrow.
Well,
I can sure tell it. I gained it too.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Well, I hadn't been trying to lose weight. It's just my diet is causing me to lose weight.
I didn't buy nothing today but vegetables and some fish and some chicken and some low calorie frozen meals. I didn't buy nothing, and I didn't buy no candy. I'll be ready to jump off a cliff by next week.
Yeah.
But got to do it.
I got off at V8 juice. I've been drinking that Clamato juice. I love that stuff too. That V8 is just too tough on my stomach. That V8, hey, Missy, it don't give me heartburn, but it bloats you.
Yeah.
Or something. Because I drink too much of it. Hell, I drink a quart at a time. I went in there then to get that tobacco, and it was all I could do to leave that Clamato in there. I drink one of them tall things over there every day. And it's good for you, but too much of anything ain't no good.
Every time I get on this live somewhere, here comes Missy. I think she likes to see me in my moo-moo.
Yeah, that's what I do, Johnny. But I drink it straight too. But what I do, Johnny, is when I open the jug, I'll take 2 or 3 good snorts out of it and get it down a little bit. And then I put my Worcestershire and my hot sauce and my garlic powder, my red pepper or black pepper. I put all that in there and shake it up, and then I got it from then on. If I want to make a michelada, all I got to do is pour the beer and mix it up. I already got it made. But hey, Missy, yeah, I hadn't been around too much.
I'm sure gonna miss that little dog of mine.
Oh, I know y'all planning on getting another?
Well, I have 2. So I have the daughter of the mama that passed. We still have her.
Yeah.
So.
Well, are they service dogs?
No, they just pets.
Yeah. Okay.
I never was able to teach them to wash dishes.
Oh man, couldn't teach you to wash dishes, huh? Make up the bed or nothing, huh?
Won't make the bed, but she'll sleep in it, sure enough.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, these, cats, they live so long. I've told this before, but when I wrote you on Messenger, Steve, to see if you were okay, dude, not seeing you around. But, I just started going back on Facebook here in the last week or so, and I hadn't checked the messages, and Lord have mercy, I don't never even check the messages. I better probably check them. A lot of be some important stuff in there. I just hadn't been doing too much of anything on the computer other than driving that truck and watching a few YouTube videos and going to Key West. I still go to Key West every night for a little while. They all their live feeds down there been having trouble for about a month. And I think it's some hurricanes out there, that all them storms in the Atlantic that causing problems, because their live feeds are not, they dragging and glitching and carrying on, every one of them.
I seen Willie T's is back up.
Yeah, but if you notice that it ain't in sync.
I hadn't noticed that.
Well, the singing and the guitar playing ain't in sync. No, I've been wanting to go, Chuck, but I get up and I'm just too lazy to get up and go. I've been wanting to go. I've been thinking about it. I'm going here pretty soon. There ain't no doubt about that.
Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, we tried to save her, but unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Yeah, they just like family.
Uh-huh.
But when we kept this cat here, when we kept Lucky, I told Kay, I said, now, Kay, this cat, a good chance this cat gonna outlive both of us. I said, we got to find somewhere for Lucky to go, or we're going to get rid of him. Yeah, you need to get out and do something, I reckon, CP. But anyway, it's a girl that I taught, that she's back at Deer Creek teaching school, and she is a cat whisperer. And Kay talked to her about it. And she said, well, golly, yeah. For Coach Adams, I'll come feed him for Coach Adams if Coach Adams gets where he can't feed him. So we got a place for a home for Lucky to go to if something happens to him. And I don't know. They live a long time, 18, 19 years, some of them. My neighbor next door, they moved up from Arkansas, but they had one that they buried. He was 21 years old.
Oh.
They had that cat a long time. CP eating them gummy bears. CP, can you just bite half of one of them where you can still get around, motivate, and get some pain relief? Instead of eating the whole thing?
He said half of those.
Yeah, cut back a little bit. Instead of knocking yourself out.
It probably wouldn't be as fun if you only eat half of it.
Yeah, but headache.
Oh my goodness. I was going to ask him if they's loaded gummy bears.
Yeah, he back killing him.
Boy, mine been giving me hell too. I had it's better today than it has been. It's because I gained that weight. I know what it is.
Yeah.
Too fat.
Well, I can't get any more shots till next year. I went on that regimen of them that shot every 3 months in my back. That pain relief shot they give you. And I can't take but 3, and then a year. There you go. I've been wanting to eat me one of them gummies. See if I can.
You know,
KB won't eat one of them damn gummies. She done lost her mind.
I started having a lot of back and leg trouble way back here in 2004. And I still work for the police then. I'd ride around that squad car all day. And about the end of the shift, I was just about ready to fall over. So when I retired, I finally went to the doctor and told the doctor, hey, we got to do something about my back. I said, my back's giving me a lot of trouble. Of course, you know, I got all these deformities, and I got the scoliosis in the back and all that crap. And he looked at me and he said, well, he said, you're a little bit young to get started on pain pills. I said, I'm a little bit young to be going to bed all the time, too. And he said, well, have you tried Tylenol? You know, start in with that. And I finally looked at it and said, look, fella, I said, I'm just going to be totally honest with you. You can either write me a prescription for something for my back, or I said, I'm retired from the police now. I'll just take the smoking pot. But one way or the other, I'm fixing to get out of pain here. He wrote me a prescription, but it helps. I think it's more muscle pain anyway. I got some arthritis cream I put on. I think it does me more good than anything else.
Mm-hmm. What do you write your prescription for?
Tylenol number 3.
Oh, yeah. That stuff makes me hallucinate. I got a jar of them in yonder now, and I can't take but a half of them.
Well, you ain't nothing wrong with hallucinating as long as you're having the right hallucinations.
And it makes me itch all over.
Make you itch? It's probably the codeine.
And I'm allergic to codeine, and they know I'm allergic to codeine, but that's what they give me. And I can feel every once in a while one hair will itch, just one hair. I can feel it, just me. And then one hair on my neck, and then one hair on my leg. And I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm steady doing this. And the first time it happened to me, hell, I thought I had bed bugs. I got up and turned the light off, and I couldn't see them. I went and got a flashlight. Well, I went and got this. Where's my flashlight? Oh, it's in the bathroom. I went and got this flashlight. I was looking all on them sheets. I thought it was called Lucky sleeps with me, but he don't ever go outside. And I thought it was fleas or something in that bed with me. And then I realized it was that pain pill.
Yeah.
And so a day or two later, and this was back when I was fishing, and I coming home fishing, and that groin was hurting so bad I had to take a pill to try to get some relief. And you had to have one of my when that groin, my back gets to going, but those shots have cleared my back up.
Oh, yeah.
I've been doing my hip and back. I ain't had no problem with them this year.
I think mine's mostly muscle problem. I take a muscle relaxer. I think that probably does me more good than the rest of it. But in any event, I hurt just about every day. I just kind of go on.
Yeah. I bet. I can imagine.
Oh, Lord, there comes trouble. Oh, how much? Maybe you're just constipated. Get out of here, you idiot. There's that doggone troublemaking stand. Go back to playing that hunting game.
Yeah, I tell you, that codeine does wonders. Well, it does Kate the same way. Yeah, last year sometime, I forgot she got a what do you call it thing? Rotator cuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me, said, you got any pain pills? And I said, yeah, I got a big jar full of them in here. And she said, let me take one of them. My shoulder is killing me. I'm going to be able to sleep. And so the next day, and it was a Friday night. She didn't have to go to work the next morning. Saturday. So that Saturday morning, no, it was a Saturday night. It was a Saturday night she took it because she'd been working in the yard all day. And I usually get up on Sunday morning. Well, not usually, but pretty regular. And I cook breakfast on Sunday morning. I was cooking bacon and biscuits, sausages and biscuits and gravy. And she got up and came. All right, good night, Lance. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. And she said, she said, do them pills make you have funny dreams? I said, hell no. I said, I plumb hallucinate, man. I said, man, I have folks all in my room with me and dogs and cats fighting. I said, it's some of everything goes on when I take the pills. And that's every time I take one of them. And she said, man, I had some weird dream. And that she won't take them no more. She said, no. But I don't, this last time, like one day last week, every time we go up to my son's house up in Arkansas, we bring back big buckets of rocks because his garden is full of rocks. He lives in the foothills of the Ozarks and got, it's just rocks everywhere. And she puts them down a flower bed. Anyway, I moved all them rocks. Well, when I do that kind of stuff, I start hurting.
Uh-huh.
And just here and there and everywhere. And so that night, I got ready to go to bed, and I said, I'm going to take me one of the pain pills. I ain't going to be able to sleep. And I went to take that pill, and I said, I got to think about all that itching and all that wild stuff that goes on, and I broke it in half and took half of it, and it was fine. I had no trouble, and I woke up.
Strong, probably, yeah.
And so I said, from now on, that's all. If I need a pill, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take half. Because medicine works good on me, whatever it is. That gabapentin that I take.
Have you been fishing?
I can't get back up that bank troll without hurting too bad. And
It ain't
look,
worth it then.
and that bank now, it's a long ways to the water out there now. The river's at record low. I hadn't even been over there to look at it. Percocet, now that's some bad stuff.
Well, we're gonna have to. I guess what we're gonna have, you're gonna have to join the rest of the handicaps. We're gonna have to get you the fishing game so you can go fishing.
No, I don't care nothing about no bad fish. I ain't never done it. I've done it once in my life. I don't care about no crappie fishing. I don't care about brim fishing. I don't care about.
No, I said fishing game.
I know what you said. If I didn't do it in real life, I don't care nothing about doing it on no game. That trucking game is all I can handle. But yeah, it's a long way from the truck to the water anywhere out there now.
I'm sure it is.
A long way.
I'm sure it is.
They got. I bet there ain't a dredge in this United States that ain't running right now. They got two. Where is it? Two at the mouth of the Arkansas River. They got two dredges running there. They had three at Greenville at one time.
They sure got some nice fishing spots down there. Wheelchair fishing spots down there in Galveston in that bay.
Is that fishing for saltwater fish or bracket? Saltwater?
Yeah, I may have to make a trip down there and go do a little fishing sometime. They got places to get right out on the water with a wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
I went by and looked at some of them while I was down there, and
well, is Tim in a wheelchair now?
I think he is.
Well, didn't I see him fishing with Didn't I see him fishing? What's the boy's name out there? Oh hell!
I don't know if he's in one full time like I am, but I've seen pictures of him fishing in a wheelchair.
Well, I thought I saw him out fishing in the live. What's the boy's name that sells the catfish rods out there out west somewhere? Oh, what's his name, Tim? I thought I saw you fishing with him the other day. My mind, I can't remember what his name is. Oh, I didn't know that. When did that happen, Tim? Yeah, Chris Flores.
Yeah.
Didn't I see you fishing with Chris the other day? Or maybe a week or so ago, 2 weeks maybe.
They might as well have to take mine. Hell, they don't work. That's like I fell off the curb, broke my leg. My wife said, "What do we do now?"
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, I know it. Well, it wasn't about 8 years ago. Oh, about 8 years. Okay, it's been 8 years ago that you had an accident. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I sure didn't know that. What was it? Well, never mind. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just it got to where it was just too painful for me to go and do it to fish.
A lot of things got too painful for me to do. I understand.
But going down the bank wasn't bad, but
Getting up it.
getting back up, man, it's killing me. Now CP got a place to fish. Now I went up there. Me and Eric went up there and fished with him and his brother one night last year. And you drive and leave you drive down an old boat ramp that's not used anymore, and leave your truck down there, and you walk that way instead of up and down. You walk down the bank, and now that was pretty neat there. That wasn't bad. But hell, that's 2 hours from me or more.
I got a spot where I can fish on the bank. I've been a couple times, but they closed. They had 2 other crappie houses here. They closed them jokers down.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
They closed them down everywhere. They trying to open parks up for the rich. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
They building all these elaborate parks and things for people that's got a bunch of money and there ain't no place for people like me to fish.
Yeah, driving a big motor home and stuff.
Yeah, RV parks. Well, they're gonna put in. It's like we're down here where I used to fish. They're gonna put in yurts.
Yeah.
Well, and a big elaborate park and all that stuff. That ain't nothing but for tourist money.
Yeah.
All that is. What I need to do is gather me about 500 handicaps. We need to go down there and picket City Hall.
Yeah, and protest.
That's what I need to do.
I was watching. Have you ever seen that comedian that's got, I think it's cerebral palsy? He's a man. He looks homeless. You ever seen that guy on YouTube?
I don't think so.
Man, he's funny. I believe I was on Facebook last night. I believe he had a video on Facebook, and I was thumbing through there and I saw it and I said, well, what this is, and I listened to him, and man, I sat up here and laughed at that guy. He was hilarious, man. He puts on 200 shows a year. All right, y'all. It's a slowed down. I don't know. I don't know whether we got bored or boring y'all or what. But
Oh
I
my
don't
goodness.
know what Troy's doing. Changing moo I reckon.
Now I had to have a drink. I had a scratch in my throat.
Well, yeah, I ain't done too much of anything here the last month or two except working the yard and the garden and all. There's a ditch, a big drainage ditch behind my house. It drains this whole neighborhood. I don't know how many houses it is out here, but it's a bunch.
You still got 13 people watching.
Bicycle bridge here and bank is covered in tray. Yeah, it sure is, David. I saw that the other day. Well, a month ago. But I started calling the city. They came out in July and they mowed the turn row up there. It's a field, bean field right out on the other side of my yard, but a ditch is in between. And they come out with a mower. They come out with two mowers. And one of them is that mower that's on that arm, that hydraulic arm out beside the tractor can mow down, and reach way out. So they came out here, and I saw them, and I said, well, that's a good thing because the ditch has grown up pretty good. And they hadn't mowed it since last year. And they mowed this ditch, and it takes that boom mower, that arm that sticks out, it takes him two passes because he mows the side of the ditch with the first pass and then goes all the way around, comes back and mows the bottom of the ditch. He don't mow my side of the house sides of the ditch. He can't reach over there. But that's all right. Well, they mowed and I went. I don't know. I went somewhere, and when I came back, the truck, they were gone. So I walked out there to see what it looked like, and hell, they didn't mow the bottom of the ditch. And I looked all the way up both ways, and I got in my truck and made a loop down and out there on the other side of that field looking for the mowers, and they was gone. I said, what in the hell? It mowed the top of the turn row and the side of the ditch. Not a piece of grass in the bottom. There's cattails out there 6 feet tall. And I said, my goodness. So I said, well, they must have broke down or something, but they'll be back. And well, it went on and went on. And about a month, about 5 weeks ago, I said, well, let me call. So I found the telephone. I started calling. I had to tell them about the bottom of this ditch. And I was calling on Thursday. Well, I called and left. And then she said, well, I'm sending the information to the proper people. Next Thursday, I called again and got the same guy. And she said, well, I'm gonna call him right now and talk to him. Can you hold on? I said, yes, ma'am, I sure will. And so she called. Anyway, she came back on, and she said that the machine broke down. They've been having trouble with it, but that they back mowing again, and that ditch is scheduled way up the list. I said, okay, thank you. So the next Thursday, they still ain't mowed it. And so this next Thursday, this is 3 weeks. When I called her, she said, sir, he said, I know for a fact that there's a work order for that ditch. And I just, I've done all I can do. Said, you really wasting your time calling me. I said, well, could you tell me who's in charge of mowing that ditch? So she gave me his name and his phone number. So I called the head of the ditch mowing folks and got him. He's a real nice guy. And I explained to him what had happened. He had no idea. Well, the farmer that used to farm this land, he planted right up to the ditch bank. He didn't leave a turn row. Well, he retired 2 years ago, and this is this guy, this new man, this is his second year. Well, he leaves a turn row down that ditch. Well, this guy didn't even know that. I said, yeah, it's a turn row out there. You can drive a car around it. It's a good, nice turn row. I said, and I called the fellow's name that used to farm it. I said, he don't farm it anymore. He said, he doesn't. And he knew exactly because he had all kind of run-ins with him. And anyway, That fella came out here. Yeah, it was the week after I talked to the guy, and he came out here and he did a superb job mowing the bottom of that ditch. He mowed the side again, and he mowed the bottom of it, and went back and mowed the bottom again. And he's pulling up and backing up, and he did an excellent job. And so I went out there and stopped him. And he got out of the tractor, came around there, and I said, "Man, you're doing a wonderful job." I said, "This is just what we need." And he apologized for not mowing it before. He said, "I don't know why I didn't mow the bottom of it." I said, "Well, you know, the sides of the ditch don't drain no water. The bottom of the ditch, you know, need to be clean." Yes, I understand. And he said, "Well, it won't happen again." But anyway, I called his boss and told him that he'd done an excellent job. And the fella said, "Well, I don't get many phone calls like this." And I said, "Well, I worried y'all so much, I feel like I ought to call you and tell you when you do a good job." But anyway, I got to thinking, that ditch, the side of that ditch, the far side, for me, the bottom of the ditch is dry and clean, the way he mowed it. So I went up to the co-op up here and I bought 4 pounds of mustard seed, a pound of rapeseed, and 2 pounds of red clover. And I went out, took my cedar, my twirler cedar, and I had enough to do the length of my yard and almost and half of my neighbor's yard. And twice I went down and back, and I threw the seeds up at the top, you know, up high on the bank over there. And like I said, we're in a drought here. It ain't raining, I don't know how long. And I've been putting my water sprinkler out there and running it every other day. And man, you talking about a stand of pretty mustard and red clover and rapeseed. I got a beautiful stand on the other side of that ditch. It's just a green mat down through there. That's gonna be pretty when they grow up there. That's gonna look good. I'm gonna let it all go to seed, you know. I mean, and maybe it'll keep coming back. My wife said, "What in the world are you doing, watering the ditch bank?" And then she looked at her phone, and she gets a notification every time I use that credit card. She said, "Oh, you done been to the co-op?" I said, "Yeah, I went out there and bought a bunch of seeds." She said, "You need to find something to do. You spending too much money sitting at home, thinking too much." Yeah, I got a swarm of them, CP. Only thing is, if it rains, I ain't gonna be able to get to them.
Well, I had seen you so long. I thought you took to making moonshine or something.
I've been drinking a little bit of it, but I ain't made any. And I don't know how to make it. That's the Chuck Cohen rings. I think he knows something about it. I need to see.
How'd your garden turn out?
Great. I'm still. I got an eggplant out there. I put a fence around it, a wire cage around it when I planted it, and cut all the suckers off of it like you do tomato plants. You know, break them suckers out of the joint and let it get up tall. And I don't know how many eggplants I've made, and it's hanging. I done had to stake it up. It's got so many eggplants on. I gave 5 away yesterday morning. And I know extra stuff we have I hang on the mailbox out here in the front yard and put it on the hey Fresno. Now that I forget his name. What's Fresno's first name? We always call him by his other name. He changed his name. So
CVA.
CVA, yeah.
Somebody in the basement, I heard a beep.
I don't see him.
All right.
But yeah, I've been and I took some of the suckers off of my tomatoes and started them back in the 1st of August, and they got tomatoes on them now. and I got broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and 5 cabbages going, and a bell pepper and a jalapeno pepper. Yeah, and my tomatoes did great. Squash did real good.
I got up yesterday morning. It's 42 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I went down to on that boat. They made 2 stops in Mexico. Lord have mercy. That first stop they made down there, it was 98 degrees and a 90% humidity. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I went down there for about an hour down there at the shops and all that, and I said, I'm going back to the boat and find me something. Find me a margarita, something to drink.
There you go.
Too hot down here.
Go back to the air conditioner.
I just stay down there long.
Yeah, David, that was kind of my idea too, is to help smother the weeds out. And this spring, I may go back over there and plant some more stuff. But I cut a bunch of those. The women like to take them cattails and make decorations out of them, fall decorations. So I went down in that ditch and I cut I think 8. And I read up on Facebook, on YouTube, how to dry them. And so I hung them up under the carport. They hanging out there now. She ain't done nothing with them yet. And I saw my neighbor, and I asked her, she likes to do that stuff too. I asked her if she wanted some, and she said, oh, yeah. So I went back out there and went back out of the ditch and cut a bunch of more before they came and mowed it. And gave her a big old, and helped her and tied them up and hung them up in a carport for her. I'm anxious to see what they do with them. But cattails, that tuber on a cattail, that's a, yeah, there you go. That's what I was fixing to say. That's an old time remedy. And the tubers are real good for you. That's a survival food. You boil them like they do. I've seen them cook them on the fire on some of them YouTube channels. Just put them on stick and roast them.
Say the river's real low there where you at?
It's a record low. I was reading a Corps Engineers a warning yesterday. Oh no, this morning about the mouth of the Arkansas. They can't get boats up here. It's got an 8-foot channel and it ain't straight. It's crooked. And they have to guide a boat. I guess they get out in a little boat on a fishing boat and guide a tow if it's small enough to go up in there. But I don't think there's much traffic going up to Arkansas at all. Now, this would be a good time if I had my boat to go on that trip up to Arkansas and then up to White River. Man, it's pretty up there right now. I guarantee it's pretty right now. White River's good clean water.
It's going to be time for deer hunting to start pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I imagine most of these boys got their food plots already out.
If they don't, they ain't going to have one.
Yeah, well, down here, it ain't no matter if you planted them or not because they ain't had no rain.
Can they put corn out up there?
I think so.
There ain't been no rain. There won't be no acorns. Deer will eat that corn.
Yeah, I think they can put out feeders.
I'm interested to try that new electronic caller out tomorrow on that game. That seems like a good deal.
Yeah, what are you calling?
I don't know what they call that. It's just an electronic game call for the game.
I know, but I mean, what animal are you?
Calls just about every animal in the game. I'll be doing it for deer tomorrow.
Okay, big grunting can.
Yeah, I got they. You know how that is. They come up with new stuff and they sell it. And, I think I paid like $5 for the deal. So you got a new rifle, got a 44 Magnum lever action.
Oh my.
Try that tomorrow. I hadn't even shot at a deer with it. I just got it.
Well, the 44 Magnum ought to be enough gun.
It should.
You didn't water them, CP? Must not have. Well, I got a good stand over there on that ditch bank. I could get them now if they was big enough to eat, but if it rains, that's it. I can't get over there no more.
But July and August sure was dry here. Good God, it was hot. Ooh, mercy. I don't think I went outside the house, but maybe twice in July and August. It's 100 over 100 degrees for like 30 days.
I know it. Thank goodness I put a big dose of nitrogen on my yard in July, the end of July. And
shot my rifle today and the extractor broke. That's not good.
Mm-hmm. But my yard's held up through this. I've watered it one time. And these people that got these underground sprinklers, man, I don't know. They ain't no telling what their water bill is.
Good night, Tim.
See you, Tim. Thank you for coming in, man.
Did you have to water your garden all summer long?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I spent a bunch of money. I went up there and bought PVC pipe. I said I spent about $80 all total. And I did it after I planted my garden. And then next year, I'll be better. This next crop, I'll be better prepared.
So, do you have city water or you have well water?
City water.
So the next question is, can you tell the difference in the taste of the fruit? I mean, the vegetables?
From what?
From when you have a good rainy year to when you water it with the city water.
I can tell in the production. I don't know if I can tell in the taste, but I can sure tell in the production. The yield. It ain't nothing like God's water, you know.
Uh-huh.
The yields are just out of sight when, on a good season. But this year was so dry, man. And my bees quit. Early. These solitary bees. You heard me talk about them before.
Uh-huh.
Well, they were real active until it got real hot. And stayed real hot, and they built all their nests, and then I didn't very seldom see one. I don't know where to go. I guess it died. I don't know. But I brought them in all my nests and put them on the carport. I probably got 35 or 40, nests that'll hatch out this next spring to start a new year. Oh, Lord.
Our sprinkler system.
Golly, David. You have bad luck at your house. Truck, UPS truck, FedEx truck can run through it, and now you're lighting this truck is underground.
Good Lord.
That's terrible. Lord, have mercy. One that didn't burn your house down. I ain't never heard of water striking the sprinkler system. Did insurance cover that? I guess with insurance, I guess it would. I don't know.
Struck the garage and exploded off the wall. Oh my Lord!
And a FedEx truck ran through it last year, through his garage, like it tore his house all up.
Yeah, you want to hear something funny? I knew this. I knew this old man lived down to in the street down there when I was a kid. But I was probably 15, 16 years old. And I had a friend of mine, and we'd go down there, and I'd go down to his house, and we get on there and play video games and stuff. And they lived in the trailer house there on the corner. He's up there one night, and I was up there playing games with him, and directly I heard a big crash, and the whole house just shook. I mean, busted out all the windows in the living room. And I'm sitting up in there, and I ain't about 15, 16 years old. And when it happened, I had just looked down the hall, and Mr. Good, old man Good, was laying in the bed back there watching TV. And he's kind of a little old bitty man, and he had big old Coke bottle glasses. I looked down that hall, and it hit that trailer house went to roaring and shaking. I looked down that hall, and old man Good come flying out of that bed onto the floor, and his feet was up in the air. Some guy down there, had got drunk and missed the corner down there and run his car plumb up under that trailer house.
Oh,
So, of course, the old man jumped out of the bed, and he run in the living room. I think he thought we done something. What the hell was that he said? And he run to the door, and he jerked the door. And I heard him holler, "Come here, you!" That guy got drunk, run under the trailer, and was walking off on foot.
Leaving.
Knock that old man plumb out of the
bed. Hey, Troy, read Davis' next sentence. He put his truck in the garage to keep it from getting hail damage, and that box exploded and really messed his truck up.
Golly.
Man. Boy, you having a rough year. He ready for 2024. We'll all be fighting him for long if Biden and the boys don't. I'm telling you, man, it could get bad over there in Israel. I mean, it's already bad, but it could get bad for everywhere. What was it? 40, 50 years ago, they all jumped on Egypt. I mean, all of them jumped on Israel.
Well,
I don't remember what year it was.
That's in the 60s, wasn't it?
I thought so.
I got to tell you, the whole big of the deal of that is, as most people know, is Iran is pushing them buttons on that deal.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to have to, listen, it don't do a whole lot of good to fight Hezbollah and Hamas unless you're going to cut the head of the snake off and the money backers. You got to do something with Iran.
Oh, yeah. Well, all of them terrorists, they just dissolve back into the population.
Well, yeah, you got to do something with the government that's funding it. Of course, old Joe goes out and gives them $6 billion back.
Yeah, Joe funding the government.
And we see where that $6 billion went in a bunch of rockets.
Well, did you watch the news last night?
I watch the news every morning.
I was sitting in there eating. Well, no, I tell you what was going on. Kay was cutting my hair at the kitchen table, and she watches the news. I don't ever watch it. But the reporter was over there in Israel, and they were talking about that hospital that got bombed on the Gaza Strip, and Israel didn't reply right away on it, and they finally, when they replied, they said that it was one of the rockets had misfired, that they were firing out of Gaza, Adam.
It was.
And at Israel, and one of those rockets had misfired and hit that hospital. So it was the terrorist rockets, is what Israel was making a point about. Because they had searched their records and nobody was that hospital wasn't even anywhere around where they were bombing. And that reporter said that some of these rockets are made in machine shop, local machine shops.
They put them together by hand over there.
And I said, stop, Kay. And it just struck me as funny as hell that somebody putting bombs together in the garage and well, I can see how it would misfire and go crazy and go somewhere else.
Well, there's been 450 of them that has misfired.
Mm-hmm.
And now they got a recording of supposedly 2 of those terrorist groups talking on the phone saying that it was their deal.
Yeah.
So, they those things they're making those things over there out of parts, and they're packing them with fuel and gunpowder a lot of time by hand over there.
Yeah.
But the way they launch them things, they take them up on rooftops.
Uh-huh.
They launch them like you do a bottle rocket.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, that thing is, you're going to get one, you're going to get something that's going to go squirrely.
Yeah.
They ain't got no guidance system on them. They just point them in a direction and lighten them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, it's a mess.
And David still ain't got paid for the garage. I mean, running through his house. Lord, boy. You need to change lawyers.
You need to do something. Somebody run over my sister-in-law, driving the truck going down the road on the interstate, rear-ended her. They still fighting over that.
Well, I thought when you hit somebody in the rear end, it wasn't no fight. Used to be.
Well, they don't want to pay.
Yeah.
What that's got to be paid, they want to, you know how the insurance company, they want to lowball you.
Oh, yeah.
You know. But
For sure.
they won't try to sell you a check, lowball you on an amount, but what they sent won't even cover her. Fix her truck and repairs. I mean, a hospital bill.
Hurt her bad?
Nah, I didn't hurt her. She not got no serious stuff, but it banged her up pretty good.
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
It knocked in the left fender, driver's fender of that truck, smashed it in. Well, of course, the cost of prices of things now,
Oh boy.
It's gonna cost $8,000-$10,000 to fix the truck.
Yeah.
I want to send her a check for $4,000. No, that ain't gonna work.
$4,000 won't cover nothing.
Why no?
Yeah, no, nothing. Really, I mean, that won't do the rear cap and a bumper. And a tailgate on a truck, that'd be $4,000.
Yeah, it's gonna have to have a new tail light assembly and everything on one side. I bet that tail light for that truck cost $1,000 by itself.
Yeah. David sent me a picture of that, but I ain't. Wait a minute, maybe it's in this now. It ain't here yet. What did he say? Email me a picture.
Mm-hmm. Let's set a house on it.
Do what now?
Melissa said he needs to move that house. It's haunted.
Oh yeah. Where did she say that? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
know. It ain't showed up yet.
Was you in the house, David, when that lightning struck it? You imagine being in the house when the lightning struck it?
Mm-hmm. I've been real close to lightning twice. And, I've been close enough to it twice. It stood the hair up on my arms when it hit the tree, but I never had one hit the house. I don't know. It ain't coming in.
I was over it. Talking about bad weather. I was over it.
Yeah.
When I was working for the police department, I was over at the convenience store. The weather had come in. I knew some weather was coming in. I was over at the convenience store right next to the police station. And I had went over to get me something to eat. I come out of that police station, out of that store, and that wind was blowing, carrying on. And somebody hollered tornado, and I looked, here come a tornado coming. I got in the office, set off the sirens, the sirens for the tornado. Yeah. And I heard that sucker coming. I run, got in the cell.
Yeah, well.
And it blew the roof off the garage, but it didn't blow anything off the police station. And the chief come in running in there, and he said, well, why are you here? I said, it's the only place I had to hide.
There you go.
Golly. He says, that you set the sirens off? And I'm like, yeah. I said, that tornado just come out of nowhere.
Huh.
I was going back across the street, and that thing started dropping down about 4 miles out of town. I had enough time to run in there and turn the siren on. And
yeah, David said he was in that house.
Golly. Yeah.
Well, Troy, I'm fixing to have to go to bed.
I'm going to bed too. It's time. Midnight's my witching hour.
Yeah, it's that time. Everybody, I appreciate y'all coming in and staying. Troy, I appreciate you coming up on the panel.
Don't stay gone so long.
Well, I'm probably back around more regularly.
I get asked at least twice a week, where you at?
Well, here I am.
Yeah.
Same old, just a different day, you know.
I'll get with you on the race. We'll probably do that after after you get done with your cross country.
Well, I wouldn't mind doing convoying during the week if anybody wants to do it.
Well, let's see. Let me talk to Hog Leg. We ought to do a dry run to make sure we can still do everything right before we even try to do a race.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to Hog Leg. I'll send Hog Leg an email tomorrow. Hog Leg's on odd hours. I'm in the bed when he's going.
That's right.
I appreciate you letting me come up. Good night, everybody.
All right, man. Lord have mercy. Yeah, David, I see it. Blew that box plumb off of the wall. Smoked up the wall. That's the controller to David's sprinkler system in his yard. Lightning struck it and come in the house and blowed it off the wall. It blew the guts away from it. Look at that. Smoked the wall all up. Huh. Oh, it must. All right, y'all. Good night, and appreciate everybody coming in. We'll try to get around a little bit more regular. Y'all have a good one.